Good morning, everyone. Virgo Triad here. It is May 6, 2019. Happy May to everyone. And as we all know, April showers bring May flowers. But in order for those flowers to grow, we have to have a little bit of doo-doo. I'm going to take you through the doo-doo from this weekend in crazy comments. April showers bring May flowers edition. So, according to Kathy Schwab, she states that this woman, meaning me, has slandered April, and I believe April should sue her. This other woman promotes lies, slander, hatred, and violence. Thus, she should be held accountable for her actions and words. This is what I believe April should do. And this comment begs to be asked, have you ever seen any of my fucking videos? Because honestly, lady, lies, slander, hatred, and violence is nothing about what happens in my videos. Interestingly enough, all of my videos have factual evidence linked to them that's verifiable and sourced, and you can look at for yourself. With regards to slander and hatred, I guess there's some consensus lately that if you stand up for yourself when someone's bullying you, then you become the bully. But I don't subscribe to that because I come from the school of reality. Also, with regards to violence, I would say somebody who actually puts a bogus and fake arrest warrant that's written by government impersonators on their channel in an attempt to try to get people to donate to them in order to find out who you are so that they can locate you and possibly kill you would be qualifying a little bit more as violence. But then again, that's just me. Everybody else, let me know what you think on this. And on to crazy comment number 2. Next, Elisa Klein had asked a question that was a very good question with regards to taxes. She basically wanted to know whether or not somebody on disability would be required to pay taxes. You're required to file taxes, but generally you fall under the income bracket of actually having to pay any large sum of taxes whatsoever, if any at all. However, Rod decided he was going to pop in here, and Rod B says, I would tell her not to pay at all, 'cause the IRS is in deep shit any damn way, and it's going to shut down soon since common law is going to be implemented in the USA. Citation needed there, Chief, because the rest of us in reality land know damn well that the IRS is still standing and they'll still come after your ass, regardless of whether you believe that common law is going to be implemented in the USA or not, which, by the way, there's no viable evidence of any sort of at all. With the exception of what's already implemented within the United States, there is some common law, which is case law. We've gone over that in another video, so no need for me to continue on there. Rod, do your research and stop watching the YouTube videos. They're frying your brain. In our final crazy comment for today, it's from Antonio Michi. Antonio Michi says Moors are in the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Read it. So guess what? I did.
Affiliated with the Moorish divine and national movement of the world.
That's right, Mindimimur. This is exactly what Antonio is referring to. Mindimimur. Or the Morocco Peace and Friendship Treaty, kind of like we have with, tons of other countries. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. Anybody can take a look at this. I'm going to link it to the description under this video. But just because Antonio was so incredibly concerned about it, which, let's be honest, the comment doesn't actually say why I should be concerned about it. So I'm just going to assume that it's because he's trying to somehow prove to me that he's a Moor. Which, by the way, Antonio, I doubt you really are. But regardless, let's take a look anyway. All right, so the treaty actually has 25 different amendments in it. And it states that in number 1, we declare that both parties have agreed to this treaty consisting of 25 articles shall be inserted in this book and delivered to the Honorable Thomas Barclay, an agent of the United States now at our court, with whose approbation it has been made, and who is duly authorized on their part to treat us concerning all the matters contained therein. So there's a total of 25 of them. You can read all of them if you'd like to, and the majority of them all talk about the fact that this was a treaty that had to do with different ports. That if you happen to go to war, for example, here's number 2. If either of the parties shall go to war, whichever nation or party cannot take a commission from an enemy, nor fight under those colors. It's a treaty of friendship. That's all it is. Because you wouldn't need a treaty of friendship with your own freaking country, right? So if we were Morocco, you wouldn't need a treaty of friendship. But regardless, I went down here and took a look at all of these, and the most interesting one that I found was number 25. Because number 25 states that this treaty shall continue in full force with the help of God for 50 years. I'm like, wow, wait a minute. Didn't this treaty actually say that it was written in the 1700s? 1786? Now, whether or not the Moroccan peace and friendship treaty got renewed, which I can't seem to locate anywhere, is kind of beyond me. But regardless, this particular one, the one that this dude is pointing at, and the one that all other quote unquote Moors point at when they direct me somewhere as their proof of United States being Morocco, they point me here to this specific one, which was only good for 50 years. I mean, Article 25 specifically says that. And since it was entered into force July 15th of 1786, I'm a little confused why you think it's still running. Regardless, I did what you asked me to do, Antonio. I looked at it. And since you never even actually told us why we needed to read it, like I said, I'm going to assume that for some reason you think that you're a Moor, a real Moor, but you're not a real Moor. Let me show you a real Moor. Antonio, here's a real Moor. Her name is Lala Jumala Alawi, I believe. I might have pronounced that incorrectly. If I did, I sincerely apologize. But my suggestion to you, Antonio, is to give Princess Lala Jumala Awalawi a call and talk to her about being a real Moor, because she is a true Moroccan diplomat, unlike you. She is truly somebody who was born in Morocco, unlike you. And she is someone who understands what the actual peace and friendship treaty was back in, what was it again? Oh yeah, 1786. Unlike you. My suggestion to all of you people who keep trying to impersonate people that you're not really, stop it. It's very irritating to everybody who lives in reality. Now, some of you may wonder why I sound a little bit irritated this morning. It's because of the stupidity that comes flying my direction every time we have any kind of a video that storms things up a little bit. And let me tell you, the shit was really flying this weekend. Now, the video that Unirock did that was posted last on my channel was a very good and informative video. It does tell the true story about where these idiots that are in the sovereign citizen and patriot movement are going. And the fact that we have to defend ourselves against people who truly are violent and send things like death threats our way, and then get threatened about being bullies and claim that we should have our YouTube channels taken down and so on and so forth, gets really irritating after a while. It gets very upsetting. So this is the reason why you may be noticing a hint of sarcasm in my voice. It's absolutely ridiculous what we end up having to deal with. And to be perfectly honest with you, this is exactly how I feel about it. It's a bunch of bovine excrement, and I'm, quite frankly, sick of the shit. So from here on out, there are going to be videos that I do where you guys have to hear, unfortunately, me make claims like these comments are crazy and these people are acting like a bunches of idiots. And you might hear me get irritated and upset about it. But I'm going to make sure that all of you guys know right now, VIRGOTRIAD is not going to quit Virgo Triad's not going anywhere. Virgo Triad channel has no intentions whatsoever of stopping. So for people like Mr. Dent, who are spreading around these supposed claims that I'm retiring and passing on the whatever you want to call it, flag, to Unirock or somebody else, no. 100% not true. But then that doesn't surprise me because Harvey Dent doesn't know how to tell the truth. Matter of fact, the more truth that he tells, the bigger a rash I think he actually gets. So therefore, it prevents him from saying anything that's actually truthful. And as we know, the hypocrisy runs deep with that one. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.